The topic is conditioned random variables. First, we shall recall condition probability. Suppose a factory uses three machines A, B, and C to manufacture same type of items. If an item produced is found to be defective, then the question arises: the defective item which has been already produced was produced by which machine, whether A or B or C? If we take X as the event of producing defective item, having produced a defective item, the probability or the chance that the defective item is produced by machine A is called the condition probability of A given X. So such probabilities of happening of an event A given that the event B has already occurred is called condition probability of A given B, and a condition probability of A given the event B which has been already occurred is denoted by P of A slash B. We read it as a condition probability of A given B, and which is defined as equal to P of A intersection B divided by P of B. Condition probability of A given B is P of A intersection B divided by P of B. Now we shall see condition random variables. Let X be a random variable with the probability density function fx of x and cumulative distribution function capital letter Fx of x. Suppose B is the event whose given by the set of all those x values greater than x1 less than or equal to x2, means corresponding to the outcomes of the event A, event B, the values of the random variable x lies between x1 and x2 greater than x1 less than or equal to x2. So B be this event that conditions or affects the observations of the random variable x. The conditional distribution function of the random variable x, the conditional distribution function or the distribution function of x conditioned by the event B under the condition B denoted by f suffix x slash b of x, which is the conditional distribution function of x given b under the condition b, and it is given by f suffix x slash b of x is equal to, using this definition of condition probability, P of intersection of the two sets. One is set of all those x values less than or equal to x intersection, the other set is b divided by P of b. Now first we shall get that intersection of the two sets, then the probability, so that we can give what is this conditional distribution function. So if we take the intersection of the two sets, one is the set of all those x values less than or equal to x intersection b, which will be intersection of set of all those x values less than or equal to x intersection b, means it is x greater than x1 less than or equal to x2. Now suppose that x value is less than or equal to this x1, then the two sets are clearly disjoint sets, so their intersection will be empty. Suppose that x value is greater than x1 and less than or equal to x2. Greater than x1 less than or equal to x2. Then the intersection will be set of all those x values greater than x1 less than or equal to x. If that x is equal to x2, then the intersection will be set of all those x values greater than x1 less than or equal to x2. If it is less than x2, then the intersection will be set of all those x values greater than x1 less than or equal to that x value. Suppose that x value is greater than x2, then B will be clearly a subset of the first set of all those x values less than or equal to x. So probability of this, intersection of these two sets will be B itself. So if we take the probability of intersection of that two sets, probability of an empty set is 0. Probability of B means it will be P of B. And see the second one. Probability of x greater than or equal to x1 less than or equal to x. Since x is a continuous random variable which takes values in the interval x1 to x, probability of that x greater than x1 less than or equal to x will be the distribution function capital letter fx at that right end point x minus the distribution function capital letter fx f suffix x at the left end point x1. So we have the probability of the intersection of the two sets. Now you can go for substitution of that probability in the definition of this conditional distribution function. In the numerator you can substitute. So we get f suffix x slash b of x means the conditional distribution function under the condition b is equal to 0 for x less than or equal to x1, greater than minus infinity less than or equal to x1. And it is numerator will be capital letter fx of x minus fx of x1 divided by p of b the denominator if x is greater than x1 less than or equal to x2. And third case, numerator will be p of b, so p of b by p of b will be 1. So this definition you need to remember for exercise questions. The conditional distribution function of the random variable x denoted by capital letter F suffix x slash b of x as equal to, you have to make use of this. Once you get the conditional distribution function, then the conditioned probability density function, PDF, conditioned PDF, denoted by small letter f. Earlier it was condition without condition probability density function. Now it is a conditioned probability density function which is given by small letter f suffix x slash b of x, which is the derivative of that conditioned distribution function, which is equal to, if you see the second one, there the derivative of fx of x will be small letter fx of x, and the derivative of 0 and 1 are zeros. Derivative of fx of x1 will be 0. So if you take the derivative, then the condition probability density function small letter fx of f suffix x slash b of x is given by, using the second, for all x values greater than x1 and less than or equal to x2, it is equal to the probability density function fx of x divided by probability of b, and for all other x values it will be equal to 0. Similarly, we have the expectations conditioned by the event B. Conditional expectations, expectation of x under the condition B which is also denoted as mu suffix x slash b, expectation of x square under the condition B. Similarly, the variance. The only difference between the conditioned expectations and variance from the expectation and the variance are, instead of the probability density function fx of x, you have to use conditioned probability density function f suffix x slash b of x. Same definition, same formula, but instead of probability density function fx of x, we use f suffix x slash b of x, conditioned probability density function. With this, we go for the exercise question as an example, which is from the model question paper. Let x be an exponential random variable with CDF given as capital letter fx of x is equal to 1 minus e power minus x by 3 for x greater than or equal to 0 and 0 otherwise, and b be the event given by set of all those x values greater than 2. Find the condition PDF f suffix x slash b of x, then the expectation of x, that is mu suffix x slash b of x, and the variance, conditioned variance sigma suffix x slash b square of x. So you need to calculate the conditioned probability density function, then the expectation and the variance of x. The conditioned by the event b. So for an exponential distribution, we know the CDF is equal to fx of x is equal to 1 minus e power minus lambda x for x greater than or equal to 0 and 0 otherwise. So compare this definition of CDF for an exponential distribution with what is given in the question. Comparing the two, you can make out lambda is 1 by 3. So once you get a lambda, then you can write the probability density function of the exponential distribution on substituting lambda. Fx of small letter fx of x is equal to 1 by 3 into e power minus x by 3 for x greater than or equal to 0 and 0 otherwise. Also, the given event is b equal to set of all those x values greater than 2. That means probability of b will be probability that x takes value greater than 2. Means the probability or the chance p of x greater than 2 means less than infinity. Greater than 2 and less than infinity. So since x is a continuous random variable, p of b will be integral from 2 to infinity fx of x dx. From 2 to infinity fx of x is 1 by 3 into e power minus x by 3. So substituting for fx of x and completing the integration part, we get p of b as e power minus 2 by 3. So we have this CDF capital letter fx of x, we have the PDF small letter fx of x, we also have probability of b, p of b. Now we can go for the calculation of what is asked in the question. First one is conditioned probability density function, conditioned PDF, that is f suffix x slash b of x. By the definition, it is equal to the probability density function fx of x divided by p of b for x greater than 2 less than infinity. It should be less than infinity, and fx of x is already calculated. Substitute that. One by 3 into e power minus x by 3 divided by p of b means e power minus 2 by 3 for x greater than 2 less than infinity, 0 otherwise. Or it will be 1 by 3 into e power minus x by 3 into e power plus 2 by 3. Denominator, the factor is taken to the numerator. For x greater than 2 less than infinity, 0 otherwise. Then the conditioned expectation, e of expectation of x conditioned by b, e of x slash b, which is integral 2 to infinity x into. Use that condition PDF f suffix x slash b of x dx. E power 2 by 3 is a constant factor, can be kept outside the integral sign. Then the rest you have to integrate by parts. You get the answer as 5. Then the expectation of the square conditioned by b, e of x square slash b. Integral, as per the definition, it is integral from minus infinity to plus infinity x square into the probability density function. Here it is conditioned probability density function, f suffix x slash b of x. So substituting for that, keeping the constant factor 1 by 3 into e power 2 by 3 outside the integral sign, then you have to integrate this. Integral 2 to infinity x square into e power minus x by 3 dx. You can use Bernoulli's rule of integration by parts, taking the first factor as x square, second factor as e power minus x by 3. On completing the integration, we get it as equal to 34. Then the last part, variance, sigma suffix x slash b square of x, variance of the random variable x conditioned by b, which is expectation of the x square conditioned by b minus whole square of expectation of x conditioned by b. Both values are already calculated. One is 34, another one is 5. So it will be 34 minus 5 square, 34 minus 25 or equal to 9. This completes the answer part.